Alrighty. Welcome to Tone on a Budget. My name's Greg. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Today is a little different kind of a review. We're going to talk about the Behringer Poly D. But I mean, they've been out for a while. You don't need me to go through all of the settings, how the thing works. There's plenty of other videos that do that. What I want to do is I want to talk to anybody who's planning on buying one of these things, because one thing I've noticed is these things, they got a lot of quirks, but nobody talks about them. So I'm going to talk about them. All right? Because anybody who's considering buying one of these, they need to be buying it for the right reasons. If they're buying it to have a 4-voice polyphonic synthesizer with a chorus and distortion and a sequencer, you're buying it for the wrong reason, because those are not its strong points. In fact, they're its very weak points. Well, the chorus is pretty good. The distortion is eh. The sequencer, and I'm going to start there at the sequencer. But before I get going with that, one thing, coming out right out of the box, okay, brand new, coming out of the box, this Poly D badge here was falling off. I had to glue it back on. Okay. So I don't know what this thing had been subjected to that caused that glue to come loose, or maybe they just didn't glue it good at the factory, but yeah, it was falling off. I'm going to say I like the synthesizer. Why? Because if you buy it for the right reason and you're going to use it correctly, and by correctly I mean treat it like a mini Moog. Not a Behringer clone of a mini Moog with a bunch of bells and whistles, because the bells and whistles are not its strong points. If you're going to treat it like a mini Moog and play it like a mini Moog, use it like a mini Moog, you're going to be really happy with this synth, because you just got a mini Moog for less than 1/4 the price that Moog is charging for this almost same unit. They want it's over $4,000 for a reissue mini Moog Model D, which is disgusting. Okay, so here's the deal. This thing as a monophonic mini Moog, this thing's awesome. Listen to this, okay? I've got it set to mono. But thing sounds pretty moogie, and I'm not talking about a Ferengi's mother. This thing sounds really moogie. You know, if you're going to use it as a mini Moog, you're going to love it. You're going to have a great time with this thing because it sounds incredible. But if you're going to want to use it for the sequencer, here, let me show you one of the weak points of this thing, and that is the sequencer. Let me record a sequence. Okay. Check out how this is going to come back. You ready for this? That's not even close to what I played. So forget the sequencer, okay? Now if you play a really basic sequence, okay? No groove, no nothing, just super basic. Okay? Play that back. Still not right. So the sequencer, forget it. The sequencer's junk on this thing. As far as, okay, polyphony. Here's polyphony. The problem with the polyphony on this thing is this thing's really, it's not a polyphonic synth. It's a paraphonic synth. To be polyphonic, it would have to have, along with the 4 oscillators for the 4 voices, it would also have to have a envelope, filter, and amplifier for each voice. Okay, this thing's got 4 oscillators, which it's using as 4 voices. You can play them simultaneously and get chords out of them, but there's only 1 filter, envelope, and amplifier. So it's taking those 4 voices, it's funneling them down through, and it's putting it through 1 envelope, 1 filter, 1 amplifier. Not polyphonic. Okay. So I personally, I won't be using this synth for anything. This is, other than for the demo here, it's never going to be out of mono mode. But that's where it excels. I mean, it really does excel there. It sounds like a mini Moog. It does what it's supposed to do. Just Behringer tried to put all this other stuff into it that really, it didn't do it justice. One thing that I do like, I like the chorus, except, now I don't know if you can hear that. There's the gate in the chorus is, you can hear this swishing, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And that's on both choruses, 1 and 2. And there's nothing I can do about that. And one thing I don't like about the chorus is that I can't change the rate of the chorus. I can't change the depth of the chorus. That to me is, that's not right. I can change the level of the distortion. I've got distortion tone. I can change the tone of the distortion, and I can change the level of it. But the chorus, I can't change the level of the chorus, I can't change the depth of the chorus, and I can't change the rate of the chorus. It just is what it is, which to me, that's a problem, because I mean, on a guitar pedal here, let me show you this one. All right. Basic Boss chorus ensemble. Level, rate, depth, and filter. Okay? I don't have any of that. All I have is on or off, and 1 and 2 on or off. Kind of lame. All right, but I mean, they sound good. I like 2, but I'll play you 1 first. Don't like both of them. 2 I do like. Okay. So there's that. It works just like the Mini Moog does with, you've got, instead of 3 oscillators, main tune, and then a tune for the other 2, you have 4 oscillators on this one. They added an oscillator to it. You can use oscillator 4 as an LFO, which is super cool. You have several different waveforms. You have several different wavelengths. Here, I'll do a quick. Leave those 2 on. I'll turn these 2 off. soundtracky in the original Doctor Who. And I tune that oscillator back up. I could turn on the other two oscillators. Anyway, another thing I noticed when I was using my drum machine to trigger it, having the drum machine send MIDI to this thing and having the drum machine play this, when I would stop the drum machine, it would stick on the last note and it would hold the last note. It wouldn't stop. It would just be... which was really weird. I noticed that also with the arpeggiator. Which doesn't seem to be working. Okay, the ARP isn't working, just the hold is. All right, let's see. Anything else I could think of? Nope, that's about it. Everything, you know, right here. The distortion. I didn't show you the distortion. Let me do that real quick. That's the distortion. Not that great, but at least I can manipulate it. I can set the tone. I can set the depth of the distortion, and I can set the level. I don't know why they didn't give us any control over the chorus. That just bugs me. You know, so between the distortion, the chorus, the arpeggiator, the sequencer, and that whole side of the board, forget it. The polyphony, forget it. Does a lot of cool stuff if you use it like mini moog. If you're going to try to use it like anything other than a mini moog, you're going to run into all the quirks and all the weirdness, and it just, you won't be happy if that's why you're buying it. But if you're buying it to have a playable mini moog, then you're going to be really happy. You know, I had the Model D, the little desktop version, with just a miniature. You know, it's like 1/4 of this, not even 1/4 of this. Just the control interface for the Model D. Had to hook it up to like a MIDI controller. The problem with that was, although it sounded great, it was an awesome little synth. It wasn't practical for live because there was no way to secure the thing. You know, if you're going to play live, you're going to have a keyboard. You're going to play the keyboard live. You know, I had I actually used one of these things to put it up on top of and play like that. It didn't work for me because, you know, you're constantly moving the dials and stuff. If the thing's not secured, it's going to move around on you and it's going to be a problem. So that's why I got rid of the little Model D desktop module, because it was great for playing around with at home, but for a live gig, it just was not practical at all. So I let that one go, you know. But now I have this, and it functions like a mini moog. Now here I want to show you something up here on the laptop, which is being controlled by the Arturia Keylab. I have a Mini Moog emulator. I want to show you. I've got it dialed in, kind of similar to the Behringer here. I want to show you something. All right, I'm just going to do D. Changed it. My bad. Very similar. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to shut this demo down. Just wanted you to know some things. If anybody's considering buying the Poly D, it's got a lot of quirks. And a lot of the stuff on it doesn't work the way you'd expect it to. The polyphony isn't real polyphony, it's paraphony. And yeah, if you're buying it to use those bells and whistles, you're not going to be happy. But if you're buying it to have a playable Mini Moog, you know, for less than a quarter what the Moog version costs, then you're doing good, and you're going to be really happy with this thing. And that's what I'm going to use it for. I'll hang on to it, and I will use it as a Mini Moog and nothing but. Yeah, all right. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. And God bless and peace.